Just for the record.
Juste pour info.
আমরা তোমাদেরকে জানাতে চাই
Solo para que conste.
Just for the record.
Just for the record.
Just for the record.
Okay.
Just for the record.
So we had a staff member of the Writing Center reach out to us concerned about, his future and the staff there, because if they consolidate the Writing Center with the other tutoring services, then some people may lose their jobs. What do you think, Nushaiba, about the fact that they may be closing down the Writing Center and just combining all of the tutoring services together?
When I was a freshman last semester, a few semesters ago, I did not know how to cite. And the Writing Center taught me how to cite some sources. And if it wasn't for the Writing Center, I probably would have got in trouble for plagiarism.
Well, they did say that we'll still be able to receive tutoring in the subject of writing. It just would not be a specialized center for it. So it would just be a general center for tutoring that would offer writing services. But I do believe that it's important to have a specialized writing center because most of our subjects require writing. So it's definitely one of the biggest things students struggle with. So I do think that they should keep it separate.
Buffalo State currently does not have a geosciences tutor. And a lot of people take geosciences for their natural gen ed. And if they don't have a geosciences tutor, how are people going to get help for that?
That's interesting because they claim on the website that they have a tutor for all subjects. And that's what's going to happen when they combine the Writing Center with math and other subjects.
Yeah, so apparently the person that they have online is currently not a tutor.
What are they?
I don't know. He's just on there.
Oh,
They
okay.
literally don't have a geosciences tutor.
What do you think the Writing Center closing down means for Buffalo State? Do you think that signals something, or it's just another asset that Buffalo State is losing?
It could be pay cuts because at last budget meeting they did announce a hiring freeze because of their budget deficit.
Yes, definitely. And as you said, that's another asset that Buffalo could lose. As you said, a lot of students are struggling to write, and so that's important to help them to promote their succeeding in academic life, which is good for Buffalo State. And also, if they close the Writing Center and some people might lose their job, especially if there are student workers, that's also a big problem because here studying costs a lot of money. So some students, the studies of some students depend on their job.
Yeah, so I know that the decision isn't final yet. They're in talks, they're in discussions. We've reached out, tried to find out exactly when they will be announcing a decision or when the next discussion will be held, but we have not received a response, so I guess we just wait and see what they decide.
That's just what we want to know. We want more transparency because now we're just worried that it might close, but it might not also. But why they refuse to share information, basically?
Yeah, so I think another thing too, with Janiyyah mentioning about the potential cuts involved with this potential decision to get rid of the Writing Center as it is currently, I just am wondering what's going to happen to, say, the staff or even the volunteers there. They may not necessarily be around after the semester, and I don't know, I just hope that they're able to, I hope they still have a place, here at Buffalo State, because I feel all of them are very important here.
As you guys have clearly stated already, the Writing Center is very influential to a lot of people here, especially people like Antoine and other people coming from different countries who aren't so fluent with English and how we go about things here. The SAE format, the Standard American English format, not being able to properly know that, and as you said, not being able to, necessarily know what's plagiarism and what isn't plagiarism. This is a very influential thing for what we like to involve, which is diversity within our campus.
What concerns me the most is not the fact that, of course, as you may have heard, English is not my first language, but the fact that I try to work on that, to write a story, to tell the truth, basically, no more than the truth. And so I contacted a lot of people very respectfully, and no one wants to meet me. Everybody's just like, we don't have time, we're gonna recontact you later in the semester, but we are 1 week away from spring break. So I think now it's the time to actually know something, but to get some updates, because the semester is like almost finished, basically.
Halfway.
Yeah, halfway.
I also have a concern on how this is going to fall on the students if the Writing Center is limited, if not axed, because when you turn in a paper, you run it through the Writing Center. Will the professors be cognizant of this change in the Writing Center, or will they be grading at the same level as if they have the same resources?
The Writing Center closing is a blow to all the Buffalo State students that come from international countries and that are home based in here in Buffalo or here somewhere in the region. It's just like closing the Writing Center is just going to have a harmful impact on the students. I hope that they build something that creates a better foundation to help like kids learn how to write even more.